Hey, yo, this is your boy Post. You're now tuned in to hoodactionnews.com. So we are live with it right now. Now, excuse me. It's weather in Philly is going up and down. It's going up like temperature. One day is 1,000. The next day is 2 degrees outside. So I got a couple of topics I want to talk about this afternoon. Right now, the first topic that we're going to talk about, recently Charlamagne the God was on Fox News and he had some things to say about Donald Trump. Now, before I give you my unbiased opinion, I'm going to take a look at this video. So, before I give you my unbiased opinion, I'm going to take a look at this video real quick. Let's hear what he had to say.
Around sneering at half the country, audiences eventually tune out. The View had, oh, that's real. And this is ABC News. And listen to what ex-reporter Terry Moran had to say. He said, but we were biased. Yes, almost inadvertently, I'd say ABC News has the same problem so many leading cultural institutions do in America, a lack of viewpoint diversity. It's no secret there are hardly any people who supported Donald Trump at ABC News or other corporate legacy mainstream news networks. How important do you think it is to have different viewpoints and allow people, I mean, you're here on my show, I appreciate that, and vice versa, you had me on yours. This is important.
I think it's very important because I think a lot of times people talk about folks they never talk to.
Yeah.
And if you think that a person is spreading misinformation, if you think that a person is lying, then, bring them on your platform and have that conversation. Like, present the facts, present the truth, and then let the people decide. I think that's ridiculous to never, ever have anybody on your show that you don't agree with or has an opposing view of you or is from a different political party. Because at the end of the day, man, regardless of who's in the White House, that person represents all of America. And I reserve the right to criticize both parties.
Well, and I would say that person is a representative of America, and we should all want that person to succeed.
Now, if you're watching my platform now, hoodactionnews.com, one thing I want to say is, whether you're Democrat or Republican, I'm going to roast all of y'all. You know what I mean? Because I have issues with Democrats and Republicans. So I'm going to roast all y'all. And I'm registered as an independent voter. So I'm the type person, you really got to win my vote on both sides. I'm looking at Democrats with a side eye and I'm looking at Republicans with a side eye. You know what I mean? So that's my platform. Just for your information.
For America, right? No matter your political viewpoints, right?
100% agree. Like when you ask me, what do I think President Trump has done over the last 6 months? I don't want to say that I think he did a terrible job, but if he's doing a terrible job, I got to call it like it is. And if it was a Democrat,
I will respectfully disagree with you on that. Understand, but that's okay. You can have your viewpoint.
But if it was I gave President Biden the same hell too, because I didn't think he was doing a good job. All we want is somebody in those positions that's going to do a good job. I'm not a party person in no way, shape, or form. I want to say I'm an independent, but that don't make no sense because there's only two parties in this country, right? So you're going to end up voting for one of them.
Yeah. Do you see yourself in 2028 voting blue or voting red? And is there anyone you might already see yourself supporting?
I really don't.
Now, what he should have said is what I actually just said. You got to, either way, if you want to be a true independent, you got to win my vote. You know how you got to do show and tell in kindergarten? And you show everybody off the new fancy new toys. You got to win my vote. That's what he should have said.
No, I mean, I think that there's some good candidates out there. I think that we really have to look to the governors when it comes to the Democrats. I don't think that there's any change agents that's going to come out of nowhere and shake things up.
It's absolutely no good candidates out there that I see for Democrats.
up in the Democratic Party. I think it's going to end up being a governor, Josh Shapiro or a Wes Moore, somebody like that. And they actually have a track record, right? Because you can go look at their states to see what they're probably going to end up doing on a national level. The only other person I would like to see in 2028 run, and this is going to sound ridiculous probably coming from me, I would love to see Jon Stewart run in 2028. If we're talking about like a change agent coming from the outside that's really going to shake things up, and somebody that I feel like can speak to all people. Plus he's a celebrity who actually knows what they're talking about. We've seen him get legislation and stuff, passed before. Like, we know where his heart is. He'd be somebody I'd like to see really get in the race and disrupt things in 2028. Well, maybe a Jon Stewart Colbert ticket, because Colbert's not going to have a job. He's not working because of President Trump, so they say.
Well, people say different things. They also say he lost $40 million a year for CBS, which is also a bit of a problem whenever you're trying to have a successful show. If you had to pick a Republican who might be able to earn your vote, is there anyone you like that you would look at?
I mean, I was in South Carolina. I grew up in South Carolina under, somebody like Nikki Haley, right? So I can see something like that. I do think, and this is, I think that traditional conservatives are going to take the Republican Party back. I think there's a political coup going on right now in the Republican Party that.
I want to check something before I say something. I want to check something real fast before I make a comment. I want to check something real fast. Charlamagne. You just lost your testicles. Yo, so Charlamagne, you just lost your testicles with what you just said. That's all I'm gonna say. Is what Charlamagne just said, you absolutely lost your testicles. That's all I'm gonna say. Now I want to have a person-to-person discussion about this with people, right? But him choosing Nikki Haley as his first candidate after voting for Kamala, you definitely just lost your testicles, if you had any to begin with. Now, I had no problems with Charlamagne, but that comment that Charlamagne just said, you just lost your left nut. Pause. My man said she asked him what would be the first candidate that from the Republican Party that you would run for president. He jumps over Vivek Ramaswamy, if I pronounce his name right. He jumped over J.D. Vance, and he goes straight to Nikki Haley after voting for Kamala. I don't know. I can understand women wanting women to lead women. I don't understand why dudes on the Democratic Party want to be led by women so much. Why do you want to be led by women so much? So I'll repeat that again. Why do Democratic men want to be led by women so much? Now, you notice I say so much, right? So I'm saying so much. If there's a female candidate that's actually super good, some anomaly, I can see it. But I can't. The one thing I can't understand is why Democratic men want to be led by women so much. You know what I'm saying? I can't figure that out. I'm trying to figure that out. Why do you want to be led by women so much? Now, if a woman comes along and she's super fantastic, some anomaly, she's really better than everybody, right? Sometimes people are better than everybody. If this is the best person, right? If this is really, really, really absolutely the best person, maybe like 10% I could see it, right? 10% I could see it. But when you want every candidate to be, you want every candidate to be a female candidate, and you go from Kamala. Now she asks you, who would you want to run on the Republican side? You jump over like every dude and then go straight to a woman. That's like problematic ideology to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Taking testicles and hiding them. You know what I'm saying? The hidden dragon tiger claw tuck. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why Democratic men are so much in a rush to follow behind women. I don't understand it. They want every candidate to be a woman. They really want every candidate to be a woman. They want to have a double female ticket. I can't understand that. It's testicleless. So I'll repeat that again. It's straight testicleless to me. You know what I'm saying? Now I know that's not a word, but now it is. Put it in your urban dictionary.
People aren't paying attention to.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think that this Epstein thing is going to be a way for traditional conservatives to take their party back. I really do. I think that they know this is the issue that has gotten the base riled up. The MAGA base isn't letting this issue go, and for the first time, they know they can, probably take their party back and not piss off the MAGA base. I think they're going to do that.
Well, I would say, we've never seen a typical election since the day that Donald Trump came down the golden escalator. So
Absolutely.
I don't know that we'll ever see another typical kind of traditional election with traditional Republicans. I don't know. I feel like things have changed, the game changed, and to say that the old guard is going to kind of come back, that's a lot. That's a big statement.
But that's the mistake Republicans are going to make. Republicans are going to make the same mistake that Democrats made, and I'll tell you what I mean.
Yo, now, one thing I do want to say, right after Donald Trump, now not in the future, but right after Donald Trump has done his reelection, his election, I said reelection. So right after Donald Trump is done his term, is what I'm trying to say. I don't see any candidate with real testicles. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I don't really see any super dominant candidate like that. You know what I mean? I really don't. Vance is a good talker. You got a lot of good talkers, but I don't see any candidate with real super balls. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. And y'all know what I'm talking about. I really don't see any candidate I don't see any candidate coming up or in the works right now that really has balls. You know what I mean? Now, everybody that's a Trump supporter, right? You got to remember, people like Donald Trump they're like a if you're a Trump supporter, they're like a 1-to-1 type of candidate. If you like Donald Trump, y'all that don't like Donald Trump, we know you don't like people with testicles and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 50-50 on Donald Trump. I'm like 50-50. I like some stuff I like he does. Some stuff I'm like, that's kind of, you know what I mean, diabolical, right? But I don't see any candidate that's going to have the testicles to really get stuff done. I see a lot of fluffery coming from either Democrat, whatever candidate is going to come up. You're not really going to get a lot of transparency, or you're not really going to get a lot of transparency is what I'm trying to say. They're going to do what they're going to do and not really tell you everything. I see that on both sides. I really see that coming up. I see whether it's going to be a Democratic person So either a Democratic candidate or Republican candidate, you're not going to have a lot of transparency that that you're looking for after Trump. Whoever runs after Trump, you're not going to get the transparency you're looking for. And it don't matter if it's a Democrat or Republican. It's going to get back to kind of like that. They do what they do and then leave you with a lot of speculation. I don't see the next candidate going on Twitter and saying stuff. You're not going to get transparency. You're not going to know what the fuck is going on, is what I'm trying to say. Whoever's the president after Trump, whether it be Democrat or Republican, the people of the United States of America, I said of America, what the fuck am I talking about? The people of the United States are not going to know what the fuck is going on. So I'm going to repeat this again. After Trump, no matter if it's a Democrat or Republican, the people of the United States is not going to know what the fuck is going on, or not going to know. You know what I mean? Now, are they going to be as sneaky as Biden? We don't know. The jury is out. But I don't see, remember, Donald Trump is kind of a one-to-one type of alpha type. You know what I'm saying? Like, his pedigree, kind of one-to-one type of dude. You want to call him an asshole or whatever you want to call him. You're not going to get the transparency. Now, I'm not saying that he's the most transparent, and I'm not saying that Obama was the most transparent. So just say like Obama or Bush, like you're not going to get like this in boldness transparency. Now, all of these parties do shit, sneak and do stuff to me. All of these parties sneak and do stuff that you don't know about. So all of these parties sneak and do stuff that you do not know about. The shit is obvious. Now, some of y'all stuck on the right, some of y'all stuck on the left, because the human brain has to choose and feel good. So the human brain has to choose and feel good about a certain party, right? It's about that dopamine of you choosing a gang, pretty much choosing a gang and feeling good about your gang. You're not going to get transparency from none of these candidates. You're not.
By that, Barack Obama was a one of one, once in a lifetime, political juggernaut. And
No, the fuck he wasn't.
And since Barack Obama, every Democrat has tried to be Barack Obama. You're not Barack Obama.
You got to be yourself.
It's going to be the same thing with Republicans. Say what you want, Donald Trump.
Well, I kind of just said that. I pretty much exactly just said that. You're not going to get these right after Trump. Now, I'm not saying ever again. After Trump, you're not going to get these super personality type of presidents. There's nobody in the works. He made the next president like that may be like in high school right now. You're not going to get this super personality superstar president right after Trump. You kind of going to get somebody that's a little boring, right? And I'm looking at the candidates on the Republican side, and I'm looking at the candidates on the Democratic side. You're not going to get this super personality after Trump. Now, that may be good, that may be bad, but you're not going to get this super personality. Now, I'm just telling you what you're going to get. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. I'm just telling you what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? If it's apple pie, it's going to be apple pie. You know what I'm saying? If it's apple pie, it's going to be apple pie. That's all I'm saying. I'm just telling you what they're serving up.
Trump is a once in a lifetime,
That's
one-on-one political juggernaut. You're not going to be Donald Trump. So if you think you're going to be able to do what Donald Trump has done, talk the way Donald Trump has talked, get away with what Donald Trump has got away with, it's not going to happen. So everybody right now, we have the opportunity to have like a huge reset. I think you should blow it all up. I think that people are really sick and tired of what we've been presented from both parties. By the way, we knew this before the last election. They were telling us that like 70% of people did.
Now, you know what's crazy? I'm watching this for the first time. I just said what he said before he said it.
Not want to see a rematch between Trump or Biden. So it's like we know we want something different. Everybody wants something different. So I think that if Democrats keep doing the same old thing, they're going to keep getting the same results. And if Republicans, think that they can repeat what has been done and don't try to give the people something new, they're going to get the results they don't want.
Well, just to wrap up here, and I appreciate our whole conversation. You on your show have a lot of young viewers. You're very influential, I think, with a lot of people. What would be your message to this next generation of voters? Because they're going to play a very pivotal role coming up in these midterms and coming up in 2028. What's your message?
Let's stop listening to the catchy slogans. Let's stop putting on jerseys for different parties, and let's just focus on the people who are putting the ideas out there that truly are going to put more money in your pocket and truly are going to make you feel safe in this country. Like, who is the forward-thinking people that are talking about, making this country more affordable, who are talking about,
his real message is going to be find the next woman. That's his real message, yo. Now, this is what this is what's sneaky about the Democratic agenda. Like, what it's going to be.
Really making you as an individual smarter, telling you what sectors to get into the world to make, this country better. Listen to people's ideas. Like, we focus too much on individuals. We focus too much on identity. We focus too much on party. What are people's ideas? Because that is what is going to always win.
All right. Well, Charlamagne, we appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for sitting down with me. And
So, I don't really think we know that Charlamagne is not going to vote Republican, right? But I don't really think, because I'm gonna tell you why he's not going to do it, right? You're getting paid from liberal media, right? So you're not going to vote Republican. We know that. Now, I really don't. To me, is nobody out there. There's people out there. Obviously, there's people out there. But in this next 3 years, I don't really see anybody. So it's going to be a real shit show. You ready for the shit show? So get ready for the what show. I already said it, but get ready for that show. Because I don't really think there's nobody out there really super dynamic, Republican or Democrat, to run for president. So I don't really, there's nobody out there super dynamic. It's a lot of people that are loud and making a lot of noise, but it's nobody really that charismatic. I don't know if I said that word right. Charismatic. How do you say that word? There's nobody smooth enough. Let's say that. There's nobody smooth enough and persuasive enough to really run for president in this next 3 years. Like I said, now you got people like JD Vance, and I don't know if Gavin Newsom's going to run. Smooth talkers, but to me they both look kind of sneaky. You know what I'm saying? Those are two smooth talkers that are probably going to run. It's probably going to be a Vance Newsom ticket, to be honest with you. It's probably going to be a Vance Newsom ticket after all the show clowns drop out. But I don't really actually know. Now, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. We talk politics. I'm gonna talk a little sports. So over the weekend, I seen this video of Noah Lyles, right? Noah Lyles is the U.S. track star if you don't know who he is, right? Now, this is not obviously the Olympics is not yet, right? Check out what happened here. I'm gonna put this up on the screen a little bit.